All right, so first and foremost, do we have permission to use this for educational purposes on social media?
Yes.
Okay, so first I want to begin with, tell me a little bit about your symptoms that you were feeling before coming to Inspired Spine.
Yeah, so the symptoms I was having migraines. I've had that for almost 20 years now, since I was 19. And I'm 38 now, so I've been having migraines since then, and really tight muscle spasms throughout my neck and upper right back,
Sure.
behind my right shoulder, and then behind my right shoulder blades, and then my shoulders here and my neck, really painful. And then when I'd get the migraines, then it would tighten all the way into my eye socket. So it was really intense, sharp shooting pains throughout those areas, and just felt like my body was being squeezed like in a can crusher, like especially my head. When I'd get those migraines, it just felt like someone put my head right in a can crusher and was just squeezing it and just didn't let go. So that was, I don't know, that's the best way I can describe my pain.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about some of the treatments you've tried before, whether it's medication or physical therapy, before Inspired Spine.
Yeah, so, well, the first treatment I ever tried was a chiropractor, and that's when they took an x-ray and discovered I have scoliosis. This was probably a month or two after an assault that had happened on me by my uncle. I'll just be honest. That's when the pain started. I didn't realize that until like recently. I don't like to think about traumatic things, but you know, if you put the facts together, you can probably correlate the two, because the pain started after that, and I didn't realize that. So I spent my whole adult life wondering why I was in pain, and now I've come to this. But yeah, so going back to, sorry, you are gonna,
You're so
going
fine.
back to where I started, where it all started. I'm getting back to that. I started a chiropractor. It did not help, but they did discover that my back had scoliosis. So, and I had a migraine that lasted a whole year after that assault, and there was no relief. There was no relief. I just suffered through it. It finally, you know, released and the migraine stopped, but I still continued to have pain and migraines off and on, you know, for all these years. I've also tried physical therapy, but that throws me into more pain, just causes more migraines and more tightening and squeezing of the muscles. I've tried muscle relaxers. They might take the edge off a little bit, but they don't relieve the pain until now. I've tried the Triggerpoint injections with Park Nicollet, so two different doctors there over, you know, course of a couple years, and it did not work, just caused me more pain. So I was hesitant when Dr. Coach wanted to try the Triggerpoint injections again, but I trusted him. Something about him made me trust him, and I was in so much pain that I was just desperate to, you know, try anything. I didn't think anything could possibly cause more pain than I was in at the time. So here we are doing the Triggerpoint injections, and I can tell you now, in most days, I have almost no pain. The pain is when I start doing things that I couldn't do before. Like I couldn't sweep the floor, I couldn't vacuum, I couldn't mop, and like picking up my 1-year-old and my 3-year-old causes me pain, you know. Normal things that people don't get pain from, it would cause me pain. So now I can do those things, and if I start to feel a little bit of pain, I can take a muscle relaxer, and it actually works now, and I don't have that pain anymore. So I'm really appreciative. I can't believe all the years it took to finally get to this point, but I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful, and I thank God that I found Dr. Coach, and he's changed my life. So I'm thankful.
That's very sweet. So tell me a little bit about the Triggerpoint.
Yeah.
So how often do you come in? What is the process of it? Kind of walk me through, you know, someone that would be considering Triggerpoints that has no idea what they are.
What they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so what Triggerpoints are is, so Dr. Coach finds the areas in your muscles where you have the muscles are tight, they're like knotted and they're squeezing, And so he finds those areas. You have these points where that is happening in your muscles, and then he sprays it with cold spray, which is awesome, because then you really don't feel the needle. I don't feel it that much, which is great. And yeah, and then he rubs it with alcohol to clean it, sprays it with the cold spray, and then puts the needle in and injects the medicine. And then he presses with his finger to do the muscle manipulation. And it's just, it feels good. It's I feel sore and tired for the first couple days after. So I just rest and relax and take my muscle relaxers and use my heating pad. But then probably by the 4th day, I'm up and doing stuff that I couldn't do, that I haven't been able to do, normal stuff. So.
Awesome. And how often do you do trigger point injections?
Yeah, so I come here once a week.
For about how long now?
It's been about, I think you said 4
About
weeks.
4 weeks?
Yeah, about 4 weeks.
Okay, perfect. And what are your symptoms now?
Mm-hmm. So now I really just feel kind of dull, achy pain, whereas before it was sharp shooting and tight and squeezing. Now it's really just kind of dull and achy. But I think that's just really my body just kind of recovering just from the trigger points, and then just, and like I said, I'm doing more now, the stuff that I couldn't do before. So, it's not really that painful anymore.
Okay, and last question would be, what is some advice you would give to somebody or yourself that's looking at this testimonial thinking like, should I do this? Should I not? Yeah, just some advice.
My advice is that yes, you should. If you are in the kind of pain that I was in for that long of time, then yes, you probably should seek out help, because you shouldn't be suffering in that kind of pain. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting help and trying the trigger point injections with Dr. Coach. I highly recommend that you try it, because if you don't have to suffer, why suffer? If I could have had this treatment, 18 years ago, I totally would have took it right away. Absolutely. I would have loved to have had my life changed back then, but I'm so thankful that he has changed my life now for the better, and my family so thankful. So yes, I absolutely recommend it.